Hello and welcome to the Late Night Knits podcast. I'm Alex and I'm interested in knitting, design and all that kind of good stuff. So stick around for a bit and I hope you have a nice 20 minutes or something. We'll have a little chat. So while I'm here I might as well tell you about my works in progress. So do any of you have a person who you're like, oh, if I knit for them, will they like what I knit? So I finally found a project that I thought, oh, my sister would like that. So it's the Astragal by Ainur Erkimbayeva, and this is a Pompom magazine pattern. And I'm hoping it's not that tricky. It's a sort of, it looks like a cable but it doesn't. It might be just rib, and it's got German short rows, which I don't know if that means it'll be in the flat, or if I could just do it in the round, figure out how to do it in the round, might be easier, because I don't really like knitting in the flat too much. But yeah, so this fits in with my October knit along that I'm gonna do. So that's called Pomtober. And it's basically going to be anything you want to knit from Pompom magazine, which is, it's quite a nicely sized magazine. It's a bit fancy, it's got some very contemporary looking designs but really nice stuff. Sometimes it has recipes, like I think there was one, make your own brine. It's totally random, but it was to do with the sea, that I think it was called Waves or something, that and not episode, that magazine. So yeah, and they have, you know, they write articles and stuff as well. So yeah, I'm really excited to do like an electric blue yarn to go with it. I think that would be really fun, and my sister really likes that colour she chose, and so yeah. Is it cheating to start now for the Pomtober KAL? I've ordered the yarn. I thought it'd take ages to get the yarn, but it didn't. It really didn't. I just found some stuff really quickly. But I'll talk to you a bit more about that in another podcast. I found, because it's quite a small magazine, I found that this pattern was quite kind of, the text was quite tight and I found it quite hard to read. So what I did was I kind of scrapbooked the pattern and I cut and pasted it and like colour coded all the sections. And I've got a schematic and that I've put on a nice page, and like put the short rows all on the same page because they were over a couple of pages. They've got written instructions for the charts and they've got a chart, so they have fit a lot into the pattern there. But I'm really excited to see if this yarn works. Yeah, it's kind of like the sea in a yarn. It's really cool. Yeah, so Pomtober KAL, anything from Pompom and anything related to pom-poms. So if you have something that you wanted to do for Christmas that has pom-poms in, or maybe maybe you've got a shawl that you've made and it has pom-poms on, you want to make pom-poms, or maybe you just want to make loads of pom-poms, join the KAL. We're going to be making pom-poms and we're going to be making things from Pompom magazine. I will definitely make something from Pompom magazine and make something with pom-poms, because I've already been making pom-poms. Pom-pom, pom-pom, pom. Okay. Well, while I'm here I might as well show you my Ebel shawl that I've been doing. My nieces thought this was a blanket, which it is massive. For a shawl, it's properly massive. Look, oh, I got this really cute, this really cute frog that I made into a stitch marker. I might have to try and get some more of those or something like that because they're so cute. I think they're just meant to be for necklaces, but I like that little frog. He tells me which is the right side. The little frog prints. Yeah, it's massive. Gosh. To be honest, yeah, I was at this section I was like, oh, it's taking forever. But it was quite good TV knitting. I thought this stripe section, I think next time I would probably do that in a different colour than that, just to make it go a little bit faster. It's funny that, isn't it? Like, kind of a mind over matter thing, I guess. But otherwise I thought they were, you know, they were quite nice. You could go, oh, I'll do that section, or oh, now I've done that section, and it wasn't too long. But it's just really good TV knitting as well, and the garter stitch makes it really sort of squidgy. I'm really excited to do the little orangey bits. It's all these. The colour's not actually as bright orange as that, the colour of the wool. It's a bit darker, so it is quite autumnal, but when you go outside it catches the light a bit. I don't know if it's the merino or the zoables that makes it kind of lustrous, but it does light up a bit in the the great outdoors. And I think this is going to look really cool. What did that mean? Yeah. Oh yeah, so the colour of the yarn that I'm going to get is sort of this kind of dark blue and kind of bluey greeny, which should go really nicely with orange, which my sister likes orange dresses. And yeah, oh, I've had this for ages. I never use it and it's really nice. I think it might be stoneware. I got it from La Poterie Ludovic in Franche-Com-thé, if you've ever been there. I don't think the potter really talked much when I was there, but you could just, I spoke in French, but it's quite quiet, I think. Yeah, I think this is actually a really nice size for a cup of tea, especially if you're drinking, oh god, I drank like 3 cups of tea before 11 yesterday, and I just thought, this is too much tea. It's too much tea. But this would be quite a nice size of cup. Yeah. It's really cold now. What else? I can't remember if I've shown you this. So this is from Sarah at Balnahard Farm, and she makes some lovely BFL Hebridean, and I've been doing a little project. It's quite an addictive project that I've sent to me. Well, I've asked someone very lovely to test knit for me. A very addictive project. Well, I thought it was quite addictive, for the Bats to Hats KAL. So that's going to come out in June. I'm quite excited about that. And yeah, this is kind of an orangey brown. And I just thought, because of the singles, I'm going to try and spin some singles, because that'll be really quick to do, and I could use that as the pattern for the Bats to Hats KAL. So if you're thinking of doing some singles, yeah, it'll be a good one. But I think you can use the pattern for lots of different types of wool that you make, and I might do some little challenge versions of it to see if we can kind of just see what we can come up with. And I'm going to try some different types of spinning, like, you know, if they're spinning and you can make it kind of go big and then small and big and small. I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to do coarse spinning. I'm going to do 2-ply, which I've done before. I might dye some different colours of Shetland fluff. Yeah, anyway, so I got this from Colin-say, these Hebridean. If you've seen, like, oh, Matt, what's his name? The guy from Blue Peter, Matt Butler? He's got like a Yorkshire, has he got a Yorkshire farm? It's maybe somewhere, it might be up north. It's not our Yorkshire farm, but it's like our farm or something like that. I might put it down below. And he had some black fluffy sheep with horns, and well, this is distracting me. It's not my fault. This is distracting me. Yeah, he's got some black sheep with horns. Or if you follow, yeah, if you go on Instagram, look at Balnahard Farm, or if you go Croft Life, okay, you got to help me out here. I don't know how to pronounce it. Croft Life Uist, U-I-S-T. She's got some Hebrideans, and they're just black fluffy sheep with horns. So they're very waterproof, and they, yeah, some of them live on Colin-say. So, ooh, I'm getting a proper load of lanolin from this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to spinning that into singles. They've got some little sort of floofy bits in it, which I might be able to incorporate into the yarn. So I'll see if I can do that. That one's lost its antlers. Do you know I said their antlers drop? Yeah, really looking forward to the bank holiday. It's a bit chilly at the moment. I've been outside turning over some ground. Oh gosh, I was properly bird watching. I've seen a missel thrush, which you never get around here. I've seen one in a local town in a tree. Apparently they like to choose a holly tree and like a female holly tree with all the berries, and they're just, that's their territory. And we do have holly trees near here with all the red berries on. And yeah, so the other day I heard a load of the birds in the garden, and they were like, I sort of know, you know what they're saying, don't you, really, if you listen to them much. So the blue tits are sort of going beep beep beep, and the robins are a bit more on it, like they've been having a go at each other. They were having a go at the sparrows, one of the robins was the other day, and the great tits like to go beep 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 beep. Yeah, and the robin's like, and I looked and I thought, went outside because I thought, what's going on? Is there a dog? Is there something going on? Is the postman here? No, they don't like the postman. So I went outside and I saw these jays, you know, making that horrible noise they make, which I haven't really seen them much, but they're quite, like, they're quite pretty, aren't they? But they must be out nesting and stuff at the moment, because I've noticed them more. So I went over and I saw them and I thought, oh gosh, they're chasing that missel thrush that's in the holly tree. God, why are they doing that? Are they trying to steal its eggs or something? And then I sort of looked away, and as I looked back, the jays were just, they weren't chasing the missel thrush. There was a massive buzzard on the telephone line, and of course, like, that's where the buzzard lives. He lives in the trees, and there are always three buzzards circling, you know. If you hear that, that's buzzards. And if they go in the trees over there, the crows will have a right go at it. They don't like it being there. But I think it has a nest somewhere near there, because there's someone else said they'd had a baby buzzard. Like, they fed it and it was a bit like, didn't know what was going on. Thought it was a little, well, then anyway, they feed it. But yeah, they're pretty amazing wingspan, those buzzards. And they, well, I see them quite a lot. There was a sparrowhawk in the garden last year that ate a wood pigeon. I properly just, oh no, it didn't eat it. No, it flew down and the chicken was like, and I thought, wait a minute, what's going on? And I could see her, and I thought, there's nothing by her. From, like, I was looking at her from the window, and I thought, there's nothing by you, what are you worrying about? And I went outside the front door, and there was a blooming, well, to be honest, sparrowhawk's about the same size as a pigeon. It was on top of a pigeon, and the pigeon was like flapping. And then I went out, and the sparrowhawk, you know, went off. It was a male sparrowhawk, because it was stripy, and it went off. And then yeah, I just saw this little pigeon, and I was trying to help it. It just went like under the hedge, and we kept checking up on it, and I think it was alright in the end. So yeah, Florence was a good chicken and helping it out. But I'd be interested to see if we see that again, because that was quite nice. What else have I seen? Wildlife wise, I haven't really found some snails. Oh yeah, I think it must be the queen bumblebees are out, and there was some little red, like the tiny red, I think they might be carpenter bees, or little tiny, I think they're called red mason bees. They're little though, not like your normal big masonry bees. And they've been trying to get into the window, a little hole. I think there's some mortar that's fallen out, and they're trying to get in it, but I don't know if it's big enough for them, because they didn't seem to decide to go in there. Yeah. No, I think that's all the wildlife talk. That's a good book. Oh, I love this little nest. I feel like I can reach all the books and all the wool things. You could just sit in here and do your knitting and be really peaceful and stuff. I've got this this little jar that I found, and I'm going to go and get some daffodils. I might do a little video of me going to get some daffodils, but I don't know if the daffodils are over, so I might come back with a full vase of daffodils, or lots of daffodils for natural daffodil deadheads for natural dyeing. We don't know. Oh, who else is up here? Lammy. I think I'm going to make him a little blanket at some point. We couldn't decide on your name last time, but we've decided it's Lammy. Yeah, I think that's everything for now. Comment below if you're interested in Pomtober, that'd be really cool.